Sims 4 Guide. This is a guide for playing the video game Sims 4. And I've been playing this game for a long time. It has definitely gotten better over the years. So I'm going to start out over here in the bottom left. You can see that I have a character who is currently selected. If I press it, it goes to where the character is. And there's a little diamond highlighting him, which means he's active. Over here I can switch between different characters, even if they are far away. And you can tell a little bit about what their mood or temperament is by looking at their icon. You see this guy, he's got the yellow behind him, which means he's tense, and now he's happy. You see that this one's green, and this one is green, this one is blank, this one is green. So if it's red, it means that they're going to be angry, and if it's yellow, they're going to be under stress. If it's green, they're going to be happy. You got some thought bubbles up here, and you can highlight over them to see how the person is feeling. So for example, if the person is upset, it's going to explain to you why they are upset. Over here you see there's an option about reading a book. Here is an option to chat with someone. Here we have another book. So you've got some options. Do sit-ups, it says, for this particular character. Well, I guess that's what... Oh, you know what? It could be that is the action that they're performing, and it might be a cue if you cue more than one action. And you see that there's an X over it, which means that I could cancel it if I want to. So one of the most important aspects of the game is going to be clicking on the characters, switching between them, making sure that they are fed, making sure that they go to work on time, making sure that they have their other needs met. See over here it says Friends of the World. Over here it says Party Animal, Joke Star, Serial Romantic. This is a character trait that this sim has. This one says Successful Lineage, Become a Parent. And it says spend 1,000 on kids stuff. That is obviously a task that this character can perform, and there will be a reward if you complete the task. Over here it says Friend of the World, introduce self to 10 Sims, and it shows my progress as 0 out of 10, and then it has have 3 friends, and it shows a check mark, which means it's completed. You see over here it says select new aspiration. They have aspirations, what they hope to achieve. If you don't like what the sim is hoping as an aspiration, you can change it. Some of the aspirations are not compatible with other sims, and some of them might not be compatible with what you want for that sim in the game. For example, we've got fortune, which is obviously going to be finance, knowledge, which is going to be education, love, which is going to be relationships, etc. Over here you have information about a career. So as you can see, I'm cycling through them, and none of them have a career. So I'm going to click on the button to join a career. You should go to the character, see what the character is doing. See over here, now it's giving me an option to select a career. And there's different ways to get a career. You can do it using the computer, if you have a computer, or you could go to a place of business, etc. Maybe reading a newspaper would also give you options for a career. Okay, so this person's name is Johnson. Now look at the aspirations. It says readily apparent successful lineage. So this person might be open to a lot of different possible careers. It looks like the character is using an app on a mobile phone. Now, is there anything here that's related to parenting? Babysitter is. So I would choose babysitter because it's going to help with the aspirations. It's a little bit difficult for me to read. It looks like there are 2 time slots. I'm going to take the daytime slot, $33 an hour. Person now has a job. See here it has the job, the wage, the schedule. It has information about a promotion, and it has the performance, how the person is doing. I believe you can also have more than one job. So I'm going to go to the next character, and I'm going to check the aspirations. Also wants to be a parent. So I am also going to do the babysitting career. I canceled the chatting by clicking on the X'd out action. He's now accessing his phone. I think babysitter is going to be another good one for someone who wants to be a parent. Aspiration, new in town, friend of the world. This one wants to make friends, so I'm going to see if there is a career that's good for that. I really don't think there is. I'm going to have to cancel out these actions. And anything here good for making friends. Barista. Does it really say 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.? Strange hours. I'm going to go to the next person. Gonna check the aspiration, says party animal, and look for a career. Yeah, whatever. So he is going to obviously open up his phone. It's going to pull up the career menu. He also wants to meet people, so barista would be another good option. And I am going to put barista. And so I've done a bunch of those. Now over here we have the skill menu. You see that it has charisma and fishing. So charisma is going to be important for making friends. This character does not have charisma, which means that you're going to have to find actions for this person to perform to increase charisma. It's going to be chatting with people, reading books about charisma, having a job where you meet people. Not too happy right now. Said something about a new show and dancing to music. So over here, it's got everyone they know. We've got the friends, the people they live with, roommates, family, and business. So you notice that this person lives with people that they're not friends with. And it shows a little bar that shows what the friendship level is. Unfortunately, I have a little bit of an issue where there is a little pop-up. I don't think you can see it, but there's a little pop-up that's covering some of the icons, so I cannot click on some of the icons, and I don't know how to make the pop-up go away. So I'm going to have to skip that. These are your needs. They're very important, and you're going to have to keep them open often. It's going to show you if they need to eat or if they need to sleep. So you see over here we've got one that says hunger. This person over here is hungry, which is why she has food out. And it says that she has a salad. So you're often going to go through these, and see, this guy's a little tired, so he's sleeping, which means that his energy is going to go up. Doesn't always go all the way up. These values can change very quickly, so you have to constantly watch them. Up over here we've got menus. We've got the build mode. I apologize, I can't really see very well because of the bright light, obviously. The build mode shows all the options for building walls, furniture, etc. The manage worlds is going to show all the different houses, the town, and you can switch between families. Open the gallery. The gallery is I don't think it's just images. I think it's anything. It's like any pack that you can download. For example, if you want people, or if you want a decoration, or if you want a whole house, you can pick it from the gallery. And over here they have different themes. They have lots, rooms, households, etc. You can sort by what is popular. That's basically what the gallery is. And I spent a lot of time with the gallery. This looks like things that you have to purchase, but I don't know if you have to purchase everything. Some of them are expensive, and some of them are not expensive. Keep in mind that right now the Sims 4 is free because Sims 5 is coming out. And they don't want you to obviously buy Sims 4 and then have Sims 5 come out the next day, because it's probably going to be a big upgrade. You see over here it says go up to the next floor. This is a 2-story house, so you can switch between the floors by pressing that button. Over here it says the walls cutaway view. You've got 3 options. And if you scroll forward or rotate, you notice it changes the cutaway view. That obviously is not very useful. Maybe if you go far away, like if I scroll over here and click on this button, it brings you back home. There's a help center over here which has information, like an online help system. This allows you to control the camera using the mouse. And these are your notifications Some of them are going to be useful, and many of them are not going to be. Over here you've got the menu. You're going to want to save often. The game options. Saving is pretty easy. The game options we'll go through real quick. Audio and music, gameplay, the environment. The camera, screen capture, tips, graphics modes, etc. Exit to the main menu, exit to the game. What's common in other games? So those are the majority of the menu options. This might be something special that they're doing for Halloween. And unfortunately, because this little menu is here, I'm afraid to click on it. Okay, so we are going to go to one of the characters. And when you click on a character, you notice that this menu pops up. It says outfits, he can change clothes, stargaze, sit on the ground, go jogging, etc. If you have an aspiration, it says over here to be a parent, so he's going to want to talk to somebody. For example, this person over here, maybe if you click on actions, he could form a group. So I clicked on the woman next to him, and I am going to click on just random entry. What's going to happen is he's going to turn, and he's going to start speaking to that person. Let's try again. He's now talking to her. He asked if she wanted to go stargazing. So I'm going to follow them. And obviously they're going to come outside and they're going to look at the stars. While they're doing that, you see we've got the plus signs with the green. That means that their friendship is increasing. If it's pink, that means that it's a romantic interest. And if it is a negative color, like red, that means obviously that they're not happy, they're angry with each other, for example. So at any time you can click on one of the characters, either someone you speak to or your own character, and you can see the different options. I'm going to switch to a different character. She's a little busy right now. So we got this one over here. Solve hard problems. I'm going to look at the aspirations. Friend of the world. That means that this person wants to speak to somebody. So I'm going to see if I can get it to speak to this character. Let's do tell a funny story. So she is now cued to go to that character and tell a story. I do have the audio turned off. You see that there's icons over here, and if you watch the icons, sometimes you'll see something that is relevant to what the action is, like, for example, the conversation. And as you see something happen, you might see something like, for example, if they had charisma, or if it's tell a joke. I don't see the option for tell a joke. Let's do funny. Funny jokes. Okay, so she went to go watch sports. She doesn't want to talk to him now. But what would happen is, if the person has a skill that's related to the action, and the person tells a joke, and the person has a comedy skill, the skill bar will probably advance. Over here you have an object, which is a refrigerator. You've got a stove, you've got a table, chair, sofa, got a television. I bought the cheapest items to save money. You're going to want to do that at first. Buy the expensive items later. So you notice that when I click on the television, it gives me some options. For example, I could do an upgrade. I don't have anyone with the skill to do any upgrade, so I would have to call somebody, which means you'd have to use a phone. In the old game, you would have a wall phone that you would use, but in this game, they all have cell phones. So we can click on the refrigerator. You can see that there's options for this character to cook, to do an upgrade, to hire a caterer, to have something to eat. With the stove, it's going to be things like clean the stove or make a meal for everybody. Don't have enough beds for everyone that lives in the house. And remember, there are at least 4 people, looks like 6 people that live in the house. So there's not enough beds. Looks like there's a bed for 2. They do not sleep with people who they're not married to or dating, etc. A person can sleep on the sofa, and they will sleep on the floor. So you got a bookshelf. Bookshelf is good for education, for entertainment. So you can buy books, or you can go to the bookstore and buy books. You can read something. You do have to buy books. She's walking over, and she just randomly picked a book. But you can also make it so that you pick the book that they read. I'm going to guess that the link that I'm not able to click on is probably their inventory, because there's an inventory that shows anything that they're carrying, including books, for example, or their homework. The lamp is probably going to have an option to turn the light off. So obviously I need furniture. I need places for everyone to sleep. So I'm going to go into the build mode. And I am looking for furniture, which is a little chair. And I'm going to do... Why isn't it letting me do this? Okay, so it's not letting me select the menu option. And I don't see the option for type of furniture. So I'm going to click on the sofa. And I'm going to put a sofa. I'm going to buy the cheap one. The right mouse button turns the sofa, and I'm going to put it right over here. And the reason why is because it's going to give them another place to sleep, because obviously they don't have enough. They will sleep in a chair. And then I am looking for an outdoor bench, which is this one right here, and I'm going to put it right here. Someone will be able to sleep on the bench, and I'm going to give another bench for someone to sleep on. If they have to, they'll sleep anywhere. You do have options for all the appliances, different types of rooms, and to do things like paint the walls, build a room. You can see that the white squares is the size of the lot. I'm going to go back to the live mode, find a character. Now notice that over here we've got plants, and you can interact with some of the plants. For example, if a plant needs watering, or if you see this one is highlighted, you can go and harvest all. You can harvest the flowers or whatever the plant grows, and the character will go to the plant and it will harvest it. You can add a lot of objects. You can add an easel for painting, radio, stereo, guitar, microphone, computer, laptop, chess game, artwork, etc. Here you got the mailbox. With the mailbox, you're going to have show bills information. It's going to show you the information about the bills, and you'll be able to pay your bills by clicking on the mailbox. You might have a driveway. This house does not have a driveway. You can build a driveway, and in the driveway you could buy a car, or you could buy a bicycle, and I'm sure they have motorcycles and skateboards and things like that, and you would park your bicycle outside and they will take it to work, and they'll take turns. So you notice that they are sleeping on the sofas and on the benches. It's not the best way for them to sleep, and you'll notice that they do have sleepwear. At least some of them do. It depends on how you configure the character. This one is this person right here. It says she wants to kiss someone. She wants to look at artwork. There's no artwork in the house. And she picked up a book and she's reading it. So when you have the money, as they get jobs, if they get a good night's sleep and they're punctual, they're going to go to their job. They're going to earn some money, not a lot of money. Early on, it's not a lot of money. They're going to bring the money home, and then you'll have that money to spend. You'll have to, okay, so it looks like, it says chat. Oops, I accidentally unclicked the chat, but it looks like she's still doing it anyway. You see, we got some more information here about her feelings. And she did put an outfit on. I don't think it's a work outfit because obviously, oh, she doesn't have a career. She's romantic. What type of career is she going to want? She's going to have to pick up her phone. What would a romantic person do? I know that if I do writer, she's going to write romance novels. I think I'm going to do barista, which means that she's going to meet a lot of people. Or did she not take the job? Okay, I'm going to give her the night shift. Wait, did it say babysitter? I think she's fine. So we've got another one here who needs a job. You want most of them to work and maybe have one person who stays at home, who cleans everything, does all the repairs, because you have to fix things. And everything breaks down all the time. It breaks down more than in the real world. They're going to break the refrigerator, they're going to break the stove, they're going to break items. She's complaining, well, I'm guessing that she's complaining about, what do you got here? She wants to get some sleep. And there she is going to sleep. So a lot of it is, again, about, oh, the menu option did go away. So it shows that she's hungry and she needs energy. So we got something over here. It says Simology. I can't, unfortunately, it's very difficult for me to see. It shows what her traits are. Art lover, ambitious. And we've got relationship preferences. So ambitious means that she's going to want a really nice job. Art lover, maybe there's an art related job. And they can switch jobs, so don't worry about if they get in the wrong career path. And over here you've got the inventory. You notice that this particular character has something in his inventory, and it is a comedy book. He has a job as a babysitter. He has comedy as a skill. In his aspirations, it doesn't say comedy. I made all of them with the romance aspirations. The reason why was because I wanted to create a family. I wanted to make it easy for them to start families. So they all had to have that in their aspirations. And I think the game has crashed. Obviously this doesn't happen often. It almost never happens. So I'm going to stop the recording. And this is Sims 4 Guide. It's going to take a bit to get to... Oh, the game's running again. Just want to check my CPU. Okay, it's running on the proper CPU. This is a Sims 4 guide, and I am going to show you where I have additional information about The Sims. It'll be up in a second. This is my discussion forum. It's called cheapbooks.cc. And if you go to video games, you're going to see Life Sims. And then you're going to see The Sims. And it's going to have different guides. It's going to have tips that you can read about playing the game. I think the tips are pretty good. Most of them are tips that I wrote. And they're going to be better tips than what you see from other people. I happen to write good tips. Oh, I'm sorry, not the right page. And I am the owner of cheapbooks.com, which is a website for searching for books and textbooks. So you can see over here we have a collection of Sims 4 books. And that's it. That is my Sims 4 guide. Check out my playlist with other Sims videos about how to play The Sims on my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please post below.